that noise, guys. It almost sounds like something rattling about in there. But as soon as it gets warm, it stops. We've checked the camshaft and all the rockers, they all seem good. It's almost like there's something floating around, knocking about in there. So I'm going to say it, guys, you are legends. So I came in this morning, put the VW was on the ramp, we already on the ramp from leaving overnight now. As soon as I put it up yesterday, loads of you immediately hopped in and said, James, it's a dual mass flywheel. Guarantee you it's a dual mass flywheel. So we had it on the ramp, Petey crawled underneath, started it up, and sure enough, as someone noted, it sounded like a leprechaun trying to get out of the gearbox, hammer his way out of the gearbox. I think that's what someone said, which did amuse me. And to be fair, when they described it, it sounded exactly like what I was hearing. So lo and behold, on the ramp, Pete underneath it, and confirmed it's definitely coming from the gearbox housing. So it's definitely the dual mass flywheel. So top marks to all of you for that. Absolutely brilliant. That's what I love about putting this stuff out on the channel. Is yes, every now and then you get negative stuff, but overall everybody's incredibly positive, and I've learnt so much from you guys. No, I never professed to be a mechanic. You're teaching me all the time, along with the other guys, obviously Petey and Stu, but a lot of you guys are teaching me stuff all the time about how to run the business, how to maximize profits, how to do everything correctly, and with the top mechanical tips. And now I know what we can do with that. We can get that swapped out. I've messaged the young lady that came to the other night and said to her, look, this is a score, it will have to be more expensive. I said, but I'll probably only add about £300 for a job that's about £600 or £700. I said, so with it having had the cam belt done recently in the water pump, and us putting the new dual mass flywheel in along with a new clutch, you've basically future-proofed the van, which I thought was a fairly good argument. She said, oh yeah, but unfortunately it does take it over budget. I said, yeah, but realistically that's only money you're going to be spending later on if you don't get it done now. And she's come back on, good point, I'll still come out and see it on a Saturday. And I've got someone coming to see it this afternoon as well. So what we're going to do is, I hadn't started it yet because I have listened to you guys and I've stopped cleaning cars and painting them before I find out what the mechanical problems are with them. So what I'm going to do now is crack on, get it all cleaned up. First thing, just clean the engine bay, then we'll give the outside a bit of a wash, then we'll hop in and clean the inside, and then it should have dried off the outside. Then I might, if I have enough time, give it a bit of a polish. First things first, I get in with the G101. I just use it for pretty much everything. I'll get in here with a brush, agitate it all, and then clean it off. And I know if you get a lot of you panic when I start putting water in engine bays, and you're right, absolutely right, but it's one of the things where I got away with it too many times in the past to not carry on doing it. I do stay away from the fuse boxes and stuff like that. So we'll give this a good clean out. Oh yeah, the bonnet needs a good clean as well. Just douse it with the 101 and then agitate it with a brush and hose it off, and then afterwards, after that's been taken off, just get any generic plastic cleaner and cover everything in the engine bay with that, give it a bit of shine. And we know we're not covering up crud because we know decent work's been done. And I guess the advantage is it was a bit of a pain having taken the rocker cover off because it's got a load of bulbs at the back. That was an experience trying to get those hex bolts out the back, but now we've done that, we know actually that the the camshaft side of things, that is really good on the engine, and we know that the it's just the dual mass that needs doing. It's had its recent belts and so forth, so genuinely I think it should make a cracking car. I would have thought this should do another 100,000 miles of that stuff done if looked after. Anyway, so like I say, we'll get in with a brush now, just start agitating everything up with the 101, and then we'll rinse it off. Yes guys, I have officially gone stark raving mad. I am clay barring a van. But I can just see lots of bits of stuff in the paint. I think it's just going to make such a difference that I'm going to put the time in to do it. So for those of you who don't remember, you can get these little rubber clay bars. You're just using your bucket of water, and they just pick up the contaminants as they go. If I show you a bit, like say here, and I run the clay bar over it with some soapy water, you can see now those contaminants have gone. So when I then give the car a polish later on, it's going to be that much better. The van, sorry. So yes, I have just clay barred an entire Caddy van. It took me some time, I won't lie, not too long, but I tell you why I did it, and it's a point a lot of you made in the comments. The reason this has much higher value down my way is because it's a recreational vehicle, not a work vehicle. So down, down here or up wherever you are in North Devon, surfing's such a big thing around here, and VW obviously is the thing that's synonymous with surfing, so everybody has to have a VW Caddy van or a transporter, so the values up my way are much higher. So for those of you that were sort of saying, oh, you're worried I paid too much of it, a lot of the people in the comments knew exactly what I was talking about, how much these things are worth up here in North Devon. But as a lot of you rightly said, when it came to cleaning, I was talking about doing next to nothing to it, and now I've clay barred the entire thing. Well, the reasoning behind that is, as you rightly said, it is a recreational vehicle up here, so this will end up probably having a micro camper conversion kit in the back of it, or having boards slung on the top and taken to the beach, and then have people kipping in it overnight. So then condition is, plays more of a part in it. So there was a lot of just contaminants all over the bodywork. So by clay barring it, or when I give it a polish now, it's going to have hell of a difference to it. I haven't decided on the wheels. Might go down Halfords to see if there's any wheel trims down there. But I'm inclined not to stick anything aftermarket on it. Again, being VW, I'm inclined to sort of just paint these wheels silver and keep their VW centre caps on them. You guys will recognise this car from about a month ago. Had a call last night from the customer. She had broken down just up the road at what we just past what we call Stonehenge roundabout, and yeah, she said she heard a noise that sounded like a motorbike from the engine bay, and a warning light came on the dashboard. So it was about 5 o'clock. Luckily I was still here, so I hopped in our little Fifi, our £1.500, ran up there and had a little look. Now I don't offer a recovery service, I am clear about that when I sell the cars, that's why I give warranty wise, because we don't have a recovery truck. But she was so nearby, I thought I'd go and take a look. She said the battery light was on the dashboard as well, and I immediately thought of the alternator belt, and lo and behold, got there completely shredded, completely shredded up. And yeah, so don't know why that decided to fail, but we got it in. Pete's jumped straight on it first thing this morning, and I've just left her a call to let her know that it's ready. So we've picked up at 5 o'clock, and it's now probably 11 o'clock following day, and it's all ready to go again for her. So again, a lot of people say about the prices of the cars, but that's the kind of service I offer, guys. And now obviously within reason, they have to be fairly close. But yeah, no qualms, obviously no costs for her. I won't claim off warranty wise for it, because they won't cover the belt anyway. And if I don't make a claim on this car for something minor like that, odds on they'll let something else go through later on. So yeah, so she's back up and running, and we've obviously spun it round, got it up to temperature again, because it runs the water pump as well. And yeah, all run fine. So that one's all set to go back to the customer without too much inconvenience. Luckily she was off today anyway, so she hasn't been inconvenienced at all. So I said to you guys I was going to give this new Moonshine Groove Tyre Shine a go, the gel, and happy to say after a few days of using it, it's really good stuff. The shine is staying on the tyres for a good long time. You saw me try it on the door handles and the rubbers around the windows and stuff like that, and the wing mirrors. It's the same as the McGlure's tyre shine in respect to, if you do that, when it rains, it streaks down the car, so I'm not going to do that anymore. It's not designed for that anyway, so I'm going to stop doing that. But in terms of the tyres, it's really good stuff, and it's quite long lasting. I've done a number of cars now and only used a little bit of it. So yeah, rate that stuff. They also sent me some Prism glass cleaner, and I always struggle with glass cleaning because I haven't got the patience for it, and I always leave streaks and so forth. So they sent me some of this. I gave this a go as well, and also again pleased to say it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's really good, doesn't leave any streaking if you use a good clean cloth with it. So yeah, so thanks to the Moonshine guys for sending it to me. They sent me this stuff to try it because I know I'll give an honest opinion on it. And yeah, I rate both of them. I'm definitely, that's every bit as good as my favourite product, which I said before was a McGlure's Tyre Shine. And it looks very similar. It's very similar colour as well. But yeah, it's every bit as good as that. So that's on my list for tyre shines now. And the glass cleaner is really good as well. So well done, guys. Another good couple of products there. Remember, they're still running a 25% discount if you use the code CHOPSGarage. If you haven't had it before, get these if you need these, but make sure, absolutely make sure you pick up some of the quick detail. I bloody love that stuff. It's so good. So good, especially if you're flipping cars. I've said it time and time again, and I'm going to say it again. If you're flipping cars and someone gives you a bell and wants to see a car and it's been sat outside for a couple of days, you get out there with the Moonshine Quick Detailer, bang that over the car, wipe it off. It leaves no residue. It leaves a brilliant shine. It lifts all the dirt off of it. Again, not sponsored. They're not paid me to say this stuff. It's just is absolutely brilliant stuff, and everybody that in my comments that's bought it has come back and said exactly the same thing. I say with a 25% discount as well, you're getting it cheap as well. So yeah, well done Moonshine guys, another couple of good products there. So that's the van, all the door shuts done. It's been clay barred. I've got in all the runners, cleaned all that up. I should have taken a film of it before, to be fair. It was full of algae and dirt and just generally nasty. So tomorrow the plan will be to machine polish the bodywork. I can't show you inside, it's a bit, so put the light on. Yeah, machine polish the bodywork. I have hoovered and cleaned all in here, but I'll show you tomorrow in the light. And yeah, machine polish the body, do the wheels, and then photograph her up for sale. I've got a number of interested parties, but I think first we'll get that dual mask done and sorted. Right guys, I am back bidding on BCA today because I'm so short on stock. I haven't really got much option to go getting it all private. So we've got a lot of bids out here. I bid on some bigger stuff in the hopes that I might have access to my unit early and be able to fit some bigger cars in as well. So it's a bit of a risk if that doesn't come through, that I have too many cars and not enough space, but I can already see that I've lost a lot of my bids. So all these I've lost, all these here I've lost already today. So I don't hold out much hope. I just can't afford to pay the current prices. I won't be making enough money out of them. I am then better spending my time going and finding them private. But I put bids in that work for me, and we'll come back later and see if I win anything or not. Well, I've fallen down a bit waylaid with pickups of cars today. So I haven't really got on with done the rest of what I wanted to do to the Caddy. So it's had that clay bar in. I've started to go around and touch in some of the rust spots with the random white. I'll get the right white along in a bit. Haven't got around to doing the wheels yet, but I have given the inside an almighty clean. And she's looking really nice. I've left the seat covers on. I quite like the seat covers. The seats underneath are actually alright, but I quite like the seat covers, so I've left them. But I've scrubbed the floors, scrubbed the bulkhead, door, cards, dash. It's all come out really nice. Stereo's not working, and the horn is plumbed in down here. So I'm assuming, I don't know if those things are on the same wiring, whether that's the reason for it. Anybody got any cues on why the stereo might work? It doesn't seem to have any power to it at all. I haven't actually gone online and checked out if there's a separate fuse for the stereo system, but something I should do. But I don't know if it's linked at all to the reason that the horn is wired in over here. But yeah, so she's smelling nice now. She's looking nice. I'll quickly show you inside. I didn't do a huge amount inside. I fixed the stuck. To be fair, Stuart fixed the stuck door along with Pete. I don't actually know what the reason for it was. It was very dirty down here, like really gummed up. I think it was gummed up here as well. So we cleaned all that out, cleaned all this out. So now we've got both sliding doors working. And as you can see, I hoovered the carpet a bit. Didn't do too much back here. I didn't really see the need, or I couldn't really think of what else I could do, and I thought I might as well leave the carpet in. So now what I'm thinking is, I've just had word that I'm getting the keys to half of my new unit tonight. Now obviously I've got to get stuff from here over to the unit. Now I have got the dual mass conversion. I've gone for I know this will be controversial. I've gone for converting it to a normal flywheel and clutch pack for this, because it's considerably cheaper, and a lot of people said it's not a problem doing it on these because you've got the thicker drive shafts and stuff like that. So I've got that in to fit on Monday morning. But yes, so I'm thinking, going back to my point, is that why I haven't got any vehicle this big to transport stuff back and forth to the new unit, so why pay someone to do it? I mean, I will have some help from Adrian, but this is big enough for most of the stuff I need to transport, so I might as well just tax this and use this to get the gubbins back and forth. And when the clutch has been done, the flywheel, because I'm going to recoup the cost of taxing it easily, you know, and I might find I like it. And you know, now in my own unit, being a bit further out in the sticks and needing to get stuff back and forth, I might decide I want to keep hold of it. So should I logo it up? Should we chops garage it up and use it? I don't know. I think I'll just tax it, use it back and forth, and probably still have it up for sale at the same time, and see how I get on with it. I mean, for me, the problem with this is I'm not a huge I'm not like, I don't mind VW, but I'm not a massive VW fan. So if I'm gonna have a van, to be honest, I can get a newer, lower miles, probably higher spec sort of Fiat or Citroen or something for the money. I think you have to be very wedded to having a VW, as we discussed earlier in the video, to pay the premium for one of these. But while I've got it, I may as well use it. We've got a viewing on the Rio tonight. The guy's messaged me a number of times now, so I think he must be pretty keen on this little Rio. We brought in, what did we bring in? We brought in and tightened the power steering pump belt on it. That's the only thing we've had to do to it to make it run a bit sweeter. It was a little bit noisy, but now we've done that, she runs really sweetly. Obviously I've not put her in for an MOT yet. I'm going to probably try and get it done tomorrow morning, but we'll see what this chap says tonight about it. Don't worry, that's not mine. I haven't bought the grey Giulietta because I've still not sorted mine out yet. But if this goes tonight, I'm officially sold out, because the Giulietta isn't up for sale and the Caddy isn't up for sale, so I am completely sold out. So we need to go and check what I've, well, if I've won something from the auctions today, which is fairly unlikely. And we have to decide if we're getting them dropped off here or we're getting them dropped off at the new unit. So it looks like I've won a couple of cars from BCA, and the same, exactly the same colour by the looks of it as well. So I've got a 2010 Ford KA with 60,000 miles on, grade 4. £1,300. Is that including fees? That is excluding fees. So that's come. The two cars together have come out at 3,313. It's combined the two together. And then you've got the Ford Fiesta on a 2011 with 103,000 miles, which is a grade 5. So there's going to be some bodywork needing doing on that for £1,500. So as I said, combined, I have paid £3,313 for the two cars. Now, I think that they're both 2995s in my opinion. So I think I've got £6,000 worth of cars there. I've asked BCA to deliver these because I checked to the new address for the new unit and it's only £122 per car. If I asked someone to go and pick them up, it'd be a couple of £100 per car. But it does mean I've got to wait 5 to 10 working days for them to arrive, and they may well end up driving them here. So we'll have a look over them when they arrive.